Dear scholars, I hope you all might have understood the summary of the poem The Worm. Let us see the activities given in English workshop. First activity, read the poem aloud and you will find some old outdated words that we do not use in everyday language now. However, some writers or poets use them to impart an old fashioned flavor to suit the background of their write up. Such words are called archaic words. So remember, old fashioned flavor is given by using old outdated words, and such words are called as archaic words. So in this poem also, some of the archaic words used by the poet, here are those, and now you have to find their meaning, or what words we use instead them in modern English. So here is the first, thy, it means your, being, it means life. So the same way I have already provided the meanings of the words, so write them through these, also learn them. What is something more? Read any poem or sonnet by William Shakespeare. Pick out archaic words and guess what they mean. So, William Shakespeare is from the era when the Old English word was used uh, commonly. So, his write ups, his poems include such words. So read at least any one of the poem of William Shakespeare and find such old outdated words. Next, the poet uses a device where he directly addresses someone absent or abstract. Such a device is the figure of speech called apostrophe. So remember, apostrophe is the figure of speech in which someone is directly addressed and who is absent or abstract at that occasion or that at that place. So here is the example. Turn, turn thy hasty food aside. So here the poet is addressing to all the human beings which were not present at the time of writing. So such a lines you have to find from the poem where the poet is addressing to the human beings. So all those examples are just like imperative sentences. So find such a lines to to complete the answer of the question. Next, pick out any two other lines from the poem that contain apostrophe. So at least two you have to find. One of the examples start with let, here already one given, and find something more. Next question, third, think and answer in your own words in your notebook. Here is the first. Why does the poet appeal to us to respect the life of worm? So, as it is given throughout the poem, the message that we don't have any right to take the life of any living being as we can't give. All the living beings have got the freedom to enjoy the bounty of nature, and whatever life period they have got from God, they are there to enjoy. So we must not take that freedom, we must not take their life, and we should let them enjoy their freedom, enjoy their life. So this is all about. Put up all this in proper sentences to write the answer of this question. Next, why do you think God created worms? What is their ecological importance? So God has created many of the things, and all they have their own importance, their own work. What is the ecological importance of worm? So worms help to make the soil fertile. They turn organic garbage into organic fertilizer. They are the helpers of farmers, and they are also the part of food chain. So this is all about ecological importance. You can also write something more than this. Next, live and let live is a famous proverb. Which lines from the poem support this proverb? So to find the answer of this question, read the first and four stanzas of the poem. Next, does the poem urge us to protect only worms? What is general message conveyed through this poem? So here, poet is uh, not only urging to protect the worms, but also all the other living beings too. And what is the general message? That is, the God has gifted the life, whatever life period they may have. God has gifted them their freedom, so we must let them enjoy. We must not take away the life purposefully or carelessly, which we can't give. So it is about the message of the poem. Next, fourth activity, find from the library or internet other poems composed on tiny living creatures. Try to understand the message in each of them. So, all these types of poems telling the importance of those living creatures, how important they are, or how helpful they are, or what work actually they do, what can be learned from them. All these things are seen in such a poems. So, find such poems on the internet or in the library. Next, fifth activity, even small things in nature play a big role. So protect nature. Frame some slogans based on the above topic. So this is all about telling the importance of all the living beings, whether they may be small or big. So you have to frame, or you have to find such a slogans where it is their importance, their protection, or the protection of nature can be mentioned. Here the word slogan has wrong spelling. It is actually slogans. Next, draft a short speech on the above topic, which you have which you could give at your school assembly. Use the following steps while drafting speech. So when you begin a speech, at that time these points are important. So first point is greeting. What is greeting? So that is, we start our speech by saying good morning, good evening, etc. So that is greeting. Next is salutation. What salutation? That we use the words like respected, honorable, etc. Next, self introduction, that is your own information, who you are. Next, introduction of the topic, that is what topic you are going to speak on. Body of the speech, that is detailed or brief explanation of your topic. Conclusion, that is the ending, where you are going to put an end to your speech. And last, expression of gratitude to audience. So that is thanking audience for listening you. So using all these points, you have to draft a speech on the topic, even small things in nature play a big role, so protect nature. Next, sixth point, paraphrase the poem in your own simple language. Write it down in your notebook. So that is whatever lines of the poem given, that those you have to convert, those you have to change into the simple sentences using some of the similar words for the difficult words given. And accordingly, whatever poem given, you have to write in the form of paragraph. Next and last activity, frame a point-wise analysis of the poem The Worm. Use the following points. So here analysis of the poem means appreciation of the poem. So that is whatever points given over here, writing the answers of all those points means analysis of the poem. Let us see which are those. Poem and poet. So what is the name of the poem? That is The Worm. Who is the poet? James Gisborne. Theme. Theme means what is the poem about? So what is it? That protecting the small living beings to not to take their life. Next, tone. How the poet is trying to give the message. So it is friendly, it is serious, it is of pleasure, it is of fun. Such a things are considered as the tone. So it is one of the serious message given by the poet, that to protect even a small living beings, small creatures. Structure and stanza. So stanzas. So what is structure? So structure means how many lines are used in the in each stanza, and how many stanzas are there, that you have to write. For example, the poem is of 4 stanzas. The first stanza is of 4 lines. In this way you have to write for each stanza. Next, rhyme and rhythm. So what is the rhyme scheme of the poem, that you have to write. For example, for the first stanza the rhyme scheme is AB AB. The same way you have to write for second, third and fourth stanzas. Next, language and imagery. So what is the language of the poem? How it is? Is it simple, or did you find any difficulty? As we have seen, some old outdated words are used in the poem. So you can say archaic language is used in the poem. And imagery, so is it something realistic or just imaginary, that you have to write. So nothing is imaginary in this poem, just you write about the poem, language of the poem. And the last, figure of speech. So many of the figure of speech are used in this poem. So especially apostrophe is there, that is addressing someone who is absent over there. And again repetition is also used. So write that those names over here. You can write the examples or the lines, and also you can provide the necessary explanation of that figure of speech. So this is all about the activities given in English workshop based on the poem The Worm. I hope you all will understand the given explanation, and it will help you solve all the activities. It will help you do all the activities given in this English workshop.